It's hot. Absolutely beautiful. Today's video is a quick one. I have given myself 15 minutes. In fact, I need to set my timer. Guys, I was the first person in Costa post-lockdown. I was a little embarrassed because I was there at 7:59 and they open at 8. I was a little embarrassed, but matey in there remembers me. And he was like, oh my God, you're first. And I was like, it wasn't intentional. It just so happens that my walk finished at the same time. Right then, lovers. This video is, and it was requested on Instagram. Why am I still mumbling? I'm gonna set a timer. And then at 50 minutes, it's just gonna cut out. Shall I try it? Yeah, all right. 15? Yeah, 20? 15. Should we meet in the middle? 17, yeah, 17. Because I've technically been going for an hour, a minute and a half already. Right, 17 minutes on the clock. Go. I'm frozen. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so today's video, I put out on Instagram about whether I should do a what I eat in a day or whether I should do signs that you are under fueling. So under fueling can happen whether you're doing too much exercise and burning too many calories through that way, or you are literally just under eating. So I think under eating is probably the most common one. Basically, the whole idea is that you, at optimum, your body will be here, right? So the amount of energy that's going into your body versus the amount of energy that's going out of your body will be nice and balanced. So whatever you burn, you'll just top up with food. That's why we eat, yeah? To keep our body going. If you are drastically under eating, so the amount of food that you're putting into your body is ridiculously low to the amount of food that you actually need. That could literally be you eating 800 calories a day, and your basic metabolic rate, which is the rate in which your body burns calories just by doing absolutely nothing. So if you laid in bed all day, was like 1,400, which is approximately mine, and I was eating 800 calories a day. That's drastically under fueling. So there's no exercise in that. That is just how much food I need to eat if I was sitting and doing jack shit. So that is one sign of under fueling. But then there's also like excessive dieting. There's plenty of diets out there that tell us to eat 1,000 calories a day or put you on like 1,200 calorie diets. And as women, don't distract me. As women, we need different calories. Well, anyone would need different calories at any given point of the month. So women especially, so depending on how much exercise you do, depending on how much you ate yesterday, depending how much your sleep was affected, depending how stressed you were, depending how much caffeine, because caffeine can increase your heart rate, which could lead to a little bit more calorie burn. It sounds, that's only tiny by the way, but I'm just using that as an example. Every single day is completely different, so your body will need different calorie requirements each day. You don't wake up and it's like a definite every single day you need 2,300 calories. It's not how it works. But also with women, we obviously go through a cycle, right? We have a period cycle, and that means that at any given day, especially every single week, our hormone profiles, our bodies are completely different, which means we have completely different requirements. And that has just inspired me for another video, like how we should eat and how we should train around our cycle at any given moment. But for right now, I want to talk about signs that you are actually under fueling. To sum it up, what it means is there is too little calories going into a body, or you are burning too many calories. So your energy balance is completely messed up. So when I was ridiculously under fueling, I'm just going to rattle off some. The first real one is your mood. You'll probably find that you're pretty moody, or you go in fluctuations. I found that if I ate, I was alright, which is quite common. Most people tend to be a little bit perkier if they've eaten, if they've got a long period of time of not eating. But I was like, I wouldn't even know how I would feel. So someone would say to me like, do you want to do something later? And I would be like, right now, yeah, but maybe later, no. And because I was so unpredictable, I just stopped doing everything. So again, that's another symptom of like, you kind of withdraw yourself because you've got no energy to do anything. So you're constantly tired, you're heavy reliant on caffeine. Coffee was like my go-to. I remember in uni when I was like really peak under fueling, I was having like 5 a day, and I'd have them I know some people can tolerate it, but bearing in mind now, I have one and I'm like, whoa, like I've had a couple of sips of that and even I'm thinking, whoa, slow down, you're talking really fast. If I have more than one now, I lose the plot, but like not necessarily, sometimes in a good way. Sometimes I just have loads of energy, other times I like just go really like shaky and it's not very nice. Anyway, caffeine reliant, yeah, your mood can completely change. You can go in like fluctuations of like exhaustion. I remember going food shopping. I remember going shopping with my stepmom and I was fine the whole of shopping, but as soon as I got home I slept and I just like literally couldn't get up off the sofa. That's probably one of like my biggest memories that I really remember. Does that make sense? Also, you'll have huge sleep disruptions. So if you really struggle to get to sleep, that's a big one. I always know now, I never used to, but sometimes I would just like toss and turn and just never be able to, my brain just wouldn't be able to switch off because it was so like underfueled. It couldn't relax. It was in that fight or flight mode. I couldn't relax. And actually it happened to me last night. I was laid in bed and I was like, why can't I sleep? And I was like tossing and turning and I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe I need to eat some more. So I just went and had a bowl of porridge at like 11 o'clock. Fine. Then I slept through, but I slept through till 4 and then I tossed and turned a little bit. But it enabled me to get to sleep. Huge sleep disturbances. I also used to get up for a wee like 3 or 4 times in the night. That's actually not normal. So I know it's normal in some people's lives, but I'm pretty sure there's studies out there that suggest that actually like sleep disturbances by getting up and going for a wee in the night isn't normal. I think if you obviously drink a huge glass of water before you go to bed, then it's expected, right? But if you're constantly up, I would also wake up in the morning and be like fully jacked. So like I couldn't relax. I would just like jump out of bed and be like, let's go. It's not like I could do anything about it. I was just like so pumped because I've got so much adrenaline pumping around me, because that's what my body was literally surviving off adrenaline and caffeine because I wasn't given it enough fuel. I would also have episodes of, I think it's either hyperglycemia or hypo, that basically every time I ate any bit of sugar, I'm doing this because it happened when I was eating a date ball, like an energy ball once. If I ate anything too sugary, my sugar levels would like go through the roof and then I would just crash literally within like 10 minutes and I'd have to have like a 2-hour nap. Same with oats, in fact any form of carb, my body just like couldn't tolerate it. I also developed intolerances, so I actually do have a dairy intolerance, but this came to light more when I was under eating a lot. I couldn't really tolerate anything. Every time I ate something, got distracted by my phone. I couldn't tolerate anything, like anything I ate, I would blow, I would have really horrendous gas. And basically, when you are under fueling, your body will push the little amount of energy that you're giving it to the vital organs, so like your heart and your lungs, and also to the muscles. Your body's always going to prioritize movement because you're moving it, right? So if you are really under fueling, there's very little calories and very little energy to sustain your whole body. It's just going to push it where it's really, really required. And things like your digestive system is not a requirement. Again, obviously I lost my period, so if you're not having a period or you're having irregular cycles, it can be a telltale sign. So whether they're irregular, whether you miss a couple, whether they're gone completely, or whether they are like really intense, that can also mean like a hormonal imbalance. I would always recommend going to see your doctor to see if like rule out anything like endometriosis or PCOS, but menstrual cycle disruptions can be from underfueling. Carrying on from like where your body would take energy away from things you don't need, my hair was really, really brittle. It was falling out all the time, whereas now it's like pretty thick and it grows like a trooper. My skin was horrendous. I had spots all over up on my forehead. So if you look into face mapping, if you have spots over on your forehead, that can be due to like digestion problems. So obviously I was having digestion problems because my body couldn't digest any food because I didn't have enough energy in it, and I would break out all across here. Then my hormones, and this is where you can see here, I tend to get spots really only around here now, and that's because I'm still balancing my own hormones. I would get them really bad across here. I would also get them bad across here, which is to do with like stomach and congestion and like toxins, I believe. Skin, nails, my nails nails would just be like breaking, like they were non-existent. They were really, really thin, really, really brittle. I would have really dry skin, so like really bumpy skin. I tend to have, I think it's genetic anyway, bumpy skin, and I naturally have drier skin anyway. My family have slightly drier skin, so I have to moisturize the shit out of my legs. I had drier skin than usual. Oh, it was a nightmare. Wearing makeup, like my skin would just like flake. It wasn't nice. Yeah, another thing as well is if you find you constantly think about food. Now don't get me wrong, we are in like the 21st century, right? I'm being really thick, but it is the 21st century, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe that. We are in, I can't believe I just saw that. I hate myself. Food is really readily available, and in our culture and cultures all across the world, food plays a huge part, right? It's so important to us. So a normal thought about food and like getting excited about food that's pretty normal. We're allowed to get excited about food, but when your thoughts are on food constantly, that is a sign that your body is trying to tell your brain, that your body is telling your brain that you're not getting enough. So you may find that you're constantly planning your meals, you're constantly like frantically thinking about food, watching 10,000 calorie challenges on YouTube, that kind of thing. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food, that is a sign that you are potentially underfueling. It's those like constant thoughts around food. Also being cold all the time, that's another symptom. I was freezing all the time. I would like shake. I would wear like full tracksuit to bed, socks, the lot, and then in the mornings I would be like wrapped up. I was known, like in the gym when I was personal training, I would literally sometimes have to wear a coat because I was so cold. Napping, another one, like napping in the day just because you haven't got the energy. It was either a nap or a coffee. I had to choose one basically. Oh, I also had really weird dizzy spells. So being dizzy and being like a bit out of it. And I think actually one of the big ones was lack of presence. When you're underfueling, your body can't concentrate on like the social situation because the little amount of energy that it's giving you is like it's having to keep you alive, right? So like brain fog and dizziness and lack of focus and just feeling as if like life is passing you by, like just feeling a little bit out of it. It's a huge signs that you're underfueling. There's loads of things that we can actually do about this underfueling. Obviously, like the main one would be to start eating more. And I would always recommend that you go to the doctors and if you've got any of these symptoms, because obviously a lot of these symptoms can be underlying other health conditions. But for me, these, looking back, like the sleep disturbances, the constant thoughts around food, the horrendous digestion, the IBS, I would be constantly constipated, bloated. Oh god, it was a nightmare. I was not a nice, pleasant person to be around, or I would be for maybe like around 10 minutes, and then my mood would suddenly change, or I would be fun and then I'd have to go nap. It's like, sorry, too much fun for one day, and it was like 10 minutes into the day, I'm gonna go nap. Or I'd be really quiet as well. Being really quiet is another one because you haven't got the energy to like be yourself, right? And also not having the energy, so not having the motivation to like get up and move. Your body's gonna try and keep you still to reserve the amount of energy that you got. So if you're finding that you can't jump up and like you don't want to go for a walk with your friends, or you don't, another one, like you're not talking with your hands, or you're not wiggling your foot like you used to, or you literally just want to sit in front of the telly. And like obviously sometimes we do just want to sit in front of the telly, but if this is like consistent, so for me I found that I would be really quiet. I'd never really spoke with my hands. Now I wiggle my foot all the time, which actually annoys me. But yeah, previously I wouldn't. I would have to force myself to do things. Everything was an effort because I didn't naturally want to do it. Oh guys, it's exhausting. Like it is awful. I find really sad is that a lot of people are putting up with these kind of symptoms and they don't know that it's easily resolved if you just eat a bit more food or a bit more carbs. So if you have experienced any of these symptoms, like I say, please go to your doctors, check it's nothing more important, but also remember, like, it's not normal. Like, you don't have to put up with always being tired. You don't have to put up with shit hair, shit skin, shit digestion. You don't have to put up with insomnia and shit sleep. You don't have to put up with being called moody and stuff. You don't have to. You can have motivation. You can wake up every day and really enjoy your life. And sometimes, and what a lovely solution if the solution is just eat a bit more food. Yeah, I hope this video has helped. If you've got any other questions about any of these, feel free to reach out. Obviously, if it's personal, I will just point you in the direction of a professional, but I can always share a bit more about my stories. If you've got any questions, I'm pretty open, aren't I? obviously, to put my life on here. So yeah, I hope this video helped. If it did and you resonate with some of these symptoms, maybe try to eat a little bit more. No harm, right? Anyway, I have nailed it because my alarm hasn't even gone off. I've got 19 seconds to go. Boom. Right, have a lovely day. Bye.